My name is Claire. I'm 21 years old, and until last summer, I was a virgin in every sense of the word, not just sexually, but in life. I'd never traveled, never lived on my own, never been outside the safe little bubble of my college and my parents' house. But last June, that innocence was taken from me. Not in the way you think. I lost it in the woods, alone, to something I didn't even know existed. And if you think I'm telling this for shock value, I'm not. I'm telling this because I can't sleep anymore. I can't look at trees without hearing them whisper. I can't sit in silence without feeling it creeping back into me. What I saw in those woods wasn't human. It wasn't animal. It was something older, something hungry. And if you've ever wandered too far from the trail, maybe you've felt it too.
It started on a warm Friday afternoon. My friends had begged me to come camping with them for months, but I always had excuses. Schoolwork, family obligations, fear of the outdoors. This time, though, something inside me said yes. Maybe it was the way they teased me about never doing anything wild. Maybe it was that deep ache of wanting to feel alive before adulthood pinned me down for good. So I agreed. We drove out to a forest preserve 2 hours from campus. By the time we arrived, the sun was dipping low, painting the trees in fire orange light. The woods were beautiful, but quiet. Too quiet. Even then, I remember thinking, where are the birds?
We set up camp near a river. Laughter, music, cheap beer. By midnight, most of my friends had passed out in their tents. I, restless and awkward, wandered toward the trees. I told myself I just wanted some air. But the truth was, I wanted to prove something. To them. To myself. That I wasn't the timid girl who never took risks. So, I stepped past the line where the campfire's glow ended, and the forest swallowed me whole. Within minutes, I lost sight of the tents. The air grew colder, damper, and the silence pressed down like a blanket. That's when I heard it. A low hum, almost like someone chanting far off. And against my better judgment, I followed it.
The trees grew denser, their branches knitted together overhead, blotting out the moon. The humming grew louder, rhythmic, pulsing, like it was vibrating through the soil itself. I stepped into a clearing and froze. At the center was a circle of stones, moss-covered, ancient, too deliberate to be random. In the middle lay a deer, its body split open, entrails glistening in the moonlight. But it wasn't dead. Its chest still rose and fell in shuddering breaths, though its insides spilled across the earth. And standing around it, figures. Tall, thin, their bodies impossibly stretched, as if pulled like taffy. Their eyes glowed faintly white, and their mouths opened wider than they should have, humming in unison. Not animals, not people. Something in between. I should have run, I should have screamed, but I couldn't move. My body betrayed me, locking me in place. One of them turned its head toward me. The humming stopped, and all at once, 5 glowing eyes fixed on me. I don't remember deciding to run. My body just did. Branches tore at my arms as I bolted through the undergrowth. Behind me came the sound, not footsteps, but something sliding, gliding, rustling through the leaves too fast to be natural. I didn't dare look back. The forest warped around me. Every tree looked the same, paths folded in on themselves. My lungs burned, my legs shook, but that sound never grew farther away. Then, out of nowhere, a hand grabbed my wrist. I screamed, until I saw I was just a boy, or what looked like a boy. Pale, maybe 17, wide, terrified eyes. He whispered, "Shut up, they'll hear you." Before I could respond, he pulled me into a hollowed-out tree trunk, and we waited. The sound grew louder, then stopped. Silence. For a long time, we didn't breathe. Then, faintly, came the whisper, right outside the hollow. "We see you."
His name was Eli. He told me he wasn't supposed to be here, that he'd gotten lost hiking with his father 3 years ago. His father never came back, but Eli never left. "They keep me alive," he whispered, voice trembling. "But not human. Not really. They're waiting for something. For someone." I wanted to ask what, but then I saw it. His skin wasn't right. Too pale, almost translucent, veins pulsing faintly with white light, like he was becoming one of them. "They'll take you too," he said, his eyes glistening. "Unless you give them what they want." We crept through the woods, Eli guiding me by moonlight. Every so often, the humming returned, distant, but always moving closer. Finally, we reached what looked like the ruins of an old cabin. Walls caved in, roof collapsed, but it offered shelter. There, Eli told me the truth. The creatures, they feed on innocence, on purity. That's why they've kept me alive this long. I was still a child when I came here. But you? He trailed off, his eyes scanning me. "You're still pure." The realization hit me like a blade. My virginity, my untouched body, that's what they wanted. "They'll take it from you," Eli said, his voice breaking. "And once they do, you're theirs." Before I could respond, the cabin filled with light. White, searing, unnatural. The creatures were there. Dozens now, their bodies weaving through the ruins like smoke. Eli grabbed my hand. "Don't let them touch you!" But they already had me surrounded. Their humming rose in pitch, vibrating my bones. One leaned close, its face inches from mine. No nose, no ears. Just those impossible eyes and a mouth that split too wide. It whispered, "Give yourself to us." I screamed. The rest of that night is a blur. Running, screaming, Eli dragging me through shadows that moved like liquid. The creatures always just behind us, their humming drilling into my skull. At some point, I blacked out. When I woke, it was dawn. I was lying at the edge of the campground, my friends still asleep in their tents, as if nothing had happened. Eli was gone, and on my wrist, where he'd held me, was a faint white mark, like veins glowing beneath the skin. It hasn't faded, and sometimes, late at night, I hear the humming again. So yes, I'm a 21-year-old virgin. But not really. Not anymore. Something took that part of me in the woods. Something that lives between trees, waiting for those stupid enough to wander off the trail. And now, I don't know if I escaped, or if I'm just theirs, slowly changing until the day I go back.